Okay, hi everybody. We have a challenge for you, and it starts with these supplies. So we've got baking soda. You're gonna need 3 tablespoons of baking soda. So you're gonna need a way to measure tablespoon, okay? Or it could be just like a heaping big soup spoon if you don't have one of these. You'll need a balloon. You'll need a piece of paper. You'll need vinegar and a bottle. It doesn't have to be a spray bottle. It can be like a 1-liter pop bottle or plastic bottle, but 2-liter might be a bit big for that. You'll need a container. You don't actually need the lid. You'll need candles, and you'll need a measuring cup. That's about 1 cup. 1 or 2 would be fine. And we need matches. We forgot matches. We're gonna go get matches. We'll be right back. So Hannah's gonna show you the proper technique of how to do this. Now she just blew up a balloon, and you can see we've got the matches. In fact, we've got candles burning here. And what she's gonna do is she's gonna bring the balloon down. Now, we don't wanna blow the air from the balloon directly onto the candles because that'll just blow it up. What we do wanna do is release the air into the container slowly. So your container has to be a little bit higher than the height of the candles. And we wanna do this in an area where it's not very windy. So if you can bring your hand down a little bit lower so that the air is going into the container, and you can see that this is the rate that she's slowly allowing the balloon to deflate. Okay, that's the technique. Remember, blowing the candles out with the balloon is cheating, so you're just releasing there. And you can see blowing air into a container doesn't do anything. This would be the world's most boring experiment if that's all we were doing, so let's get to it. Okay, so Hannah is carefully measuring the baking powder. This is step 1. Put the baking powder right on a piece of paper. And when she's done, she's gonna fold the paper along one edge to make like a little bit of a funnel. And I'm gonna help her by grabbing the bottle. And she's gonna carefully pour 3 tablespoons into the bottle. Okay. And this bottle's a little wet, doesn't matter if it's a little wet, we're just gonna try to pour it all in there. The next step is putting the balloon over the top of the bottle. Now what we're actually trying to do here is get the baking soda from the bottle into the balloon, and this is probably the easiest way to do it. It does take a few minutes. You kind of have to like pull the balloon and shake it and then try to squeeze it on there because the balloon doesn't have any air in it, so it can be a bit of a fussy process. As you can see, it's going to take us a moment. We're going to get all of that baking soda into the balloon. Alright, so we've got the balloon. The balloon actually is full of baking soda, so just set it aside for a minute. Next step is we're going to pour 1 cup of vinegar. It's okay if it's a little bit more than 1 cup. We have a little bit of baking soda kind of caked to the inside of our container because it's a bit wet, so a little bit extra wouldn't hurt, just a touch. Okay, and then we're going to carefully pour that into the container here. Don't be alarmed if it gets a little fizzy, especially if there's baking soda in the container.
I can actually hear the fizz and see a bit of fizziness happening here, pouring vinegar.
Okay, and now for the most reactive part of the experiment. There's a reason why we're doing this outside, is that this can make a bit of a mess. The other thing too is that you never ever want to breathe what is going to appear in the balloon when this reaction takes place. It can be harmful to you. This is not helium. You don't want to inflate it. It's not going to make your voice squeaky. You could seriously hurt yourself if you breathe it in. So don't breathe it in.
Okay.
Hannah's going to put the balloon securely over the top, and this is the part where she's going to start dumping the baking soda into the bottle. She's going to quickly try to get it in there as she gives the bottle a bit of a shake. Give the whole bottle a shake there, Hannah. That's it. Shake it up, keep shaking it. You can see the balloon is growing, so I can still see baking soda inside the balloon.
But it's working. It's getting larger and larger and larger.
Any idea what's inside the balloon, Hannah?
It's like a type of thing that the firefighters use to put out fires.
Yeah, it is actually. It's a chemical compound that's used to put out fires. It actually comes out of your body when you breathe out. There's a clue. I'm not going to tell you. Anyway. Next up, you're not just going to pull the balloon off because it would just fly away, right? You got to pinch the neck carefully, pinch it, and then pull it off. Don't let the gas escape from the balloon. So we had a solid, which was the baking soda. We mixed it with the liquid, which is the vinegar, and now we formed this mysterious gas. Remember, don't breathe it in. Don't be silly. Okay, now what we're going to do is the technique we showed before, where we release the gas into the container, and we're going to see what happens to the fire. We slowly release this in here. Slowly, slowly. Slowly, slowly, not releasing. Ooh! And what has happened here?
The candles have gone out.
The candles gone out. Did you blow the wind directly on the candles?
Nope.
No. Something caused the fire to be extinguished. Now that's science. Okay, the challenge for all of my students is we were able to extinguish 3 candles. How many candles can you extinguish? Remember, this is an experiment that you should do with your parents. It involves fire. It involves this mysterious gas that puts out fire. So please be careful doing this. You'll need a shallow container that allows you to pour the gas into it, but not directly on the fire. Blowing directly on the fire is cheating. You will need to make a video of this to prove that you can beat 3 candles. How many can you extinguish?